Hello everyone and welcome to the third episode of the newest Victoria Free campaign made by me, Byzantic. And so far we have made basically no progress on our actual goal, which is to convert as many people on the globe as possible to Catholicism, except, well, unless you count building a few buildings in Tunisia, which, well, it's not even that many. But that's somewhat understandable considering that papal states start as a mostly terrible place, but with the power of actually decent economic system, we're managing to turn things around slightly. I was looking around the world and I was somewhat surprised that there's been not that many really strange things going on. Like, sure, Texas is still part of Mexico. Peru Bolivia showed up and North Peru is here as well, but this is pretty interesting. I haven't seen that happen that often. Probably not going to change much because Peru Bolivia is actually not that much stronger than just Bolivia or Peru. It doesn't really change much things. And Brazil is just so much bigger anyways, so not that much change there. We have Cuba being fairly big, as Puerto Rico is almost always given to them by Spain. I'm not sure why they do it every time. Liberia is British, part of the British Empire, and there's some colonial wars going on here. Oh wait, the Dutch East India Company collapsed. We have Java over here, which might open up space for papal colonial empire, possibly. I think that's an interesting proposition and maybe something we should be acting sooner rather than later, but we shall see. The Philippines became British colony, which of course. Japan, are they still closed? No, they are opened by someone, as they usually are, but that also usually doesn't change anything. So yeah, things are relatively calm, though we probably will be getting on that colonial game pretty quickly. Oh, Ethiopia almost united, which is fairly interesting, I suppose. Yeah, getting on the colonial game rather quickly so we can convert those people as fast as possible. And Free Indonesia might be a good place to start, to be honest, so we shall see how that ends up working out. But yeah, let's get back into business. Currently, the order of things is going to be getting the prestige required to become a major power so we can be the candidate for unification of Italy. We're probably going to be the only possible candidate because the AI usually isn't that great at becoming a major power. And we are kind of rushing for that. There's still some ships gaining more people, some more troops gaining more units. We are actually out of man wars. Are we building those? Yeah, okay. We could think about doing some institutions, but the law enforcement is not great. Yeah, would prefer to switch, but the opposition of landowners is a bit too big. We have a good movement for homesteading, and nobility wouldn't be that pissed off. The problem would be legitimacy, though. Yeah, making a government without... Yeah, that doesn't seem like it's going to happen. Armed forces, maybe? No. We cannot make the government currently without the civic... wait, leading interest group? With theocracy, yeah, 20 themselves from including head of state and government, and head of state... Oh! Head of state is landowner. It's, well, obviously, but I kind of, for some reason, assume that when you have a theocracy, the head of state is always going to be to be the Curia interest group. It does make sense that it's not always the case, but I just kind of assume that's what's going to happen. So this is also not helping. Luckily, popes tend to die a bit more often than other kind of rulers. So this guy is rather young. That's a bit annoying. Also, he sucks. Minus legitimacy, that's terrible. Minus 25. Yeah, he's horrible. I hate him. Can we assassinate? No. I don't have the DLC, so that's the French DLC because I really hate that policy as an idea. So that's not helping the current situation. Oh yeah, we need hardwood currently, and we can get it in one place, I guess. I guess over here is fine. Do we go all... Yeah, I don't think we need more than this. Actually not losing that much money, but we're also not constructing anything. Do I just get more construction and let the private sector do their thing? I think that might be the answer. They managed to get enough infrastructure, and we are supporting the engines somehow with the trade. Just barely. I could get some more guns as well. Okay, let's get the full in Lazio. And maybe get some in Umbria simply because it's cheaper with the local prices. Yeah, I'm gonna get a ton of those. And I will just stop construction. Let's see, can I get more guns? I think we have a trade agreement with France currently, so that's going to be helping things out. Could get a trade agreement with Austria. Even though I'm not necessarily planning on staying friends with them. But for the time being, it might just be a good idea. Yeah, they will accept Sardinia Pimo as well. Do I want to owe them an obligation? Not really. Anyone maybe want to do some more investments? Not really. That's fine. We need to use that 3.5 million. Okay, we got a ton more bureaucracy for trade, so we need to do more trade. And we need more engines. Probably the engines. We need so much wood, god damn it. Yeah, maybe it's time to switch the construction sectors. Simply because we are running out of wood, and I think we can get a bit more iron. Not much. We actually probably don't even need to do it ourselves. The private market will probably be able to do it on their own when the price is high enough. Burmese Papal Friendship Committee. I don't think it's necessary. I think people like me enough that they will just support me in unification. Also, fun fact, there's no coal mines anywhere in the place that we're investing, so that's pretty horrible. We're just gonna finish this and then we're gonna pause construction. Are we still losing money? We are still losing money. Probably military, because we are spending, the wages are kept pretty high, and that's fair amount. Actually, how are we doing? We switch this. Okay, we're very close. If we had both of those techs right now, we actually would get it. I think I will lower the wages. Let's keep the training rate as it is. We are still going to be gaining a few more ships. There's not really space to increase taxes. I could remove some edicts possibly to get a bit more money. Though, do I want to do that? I definitely need the infrastructure one. Though, to be honest, usually the ones for industry are not as good as the others. Though they are definitely helping. We are struggling with wood, and over here we're producing a lot of what's it called? Cotton. And this is also used in construction. Okay, let's start switching something to iron. So it's going to be produced in Umbria, so if we do it here, the price in theory should be the lowest. Dahomey is now joining the Paris convention. They used to be part of the British Empire, if I recall correctly, so they are switching sides. Their aggressive coordination, okay. Yeah, I could see the future where we end up joining the French power bloc, but we shall see. At the start, we definitely want our own power bloc, though. Just to get, even without getting anything, we would get plus 25% clergyman investment pool contribution. So that's actually not that bad. Like, as a base bonus, it's probably the best one. Training rate is also really good. Instant enactment time is not bad, though the weakest out of all of those. Yeah, those two are pretty good. Sovereign Empire, what did they get? I cannot even see, of course. Okay, the money is becoming a bit of a problem. Austria-Hungary is a thing. Does Sicilians actually end up liking us more? Oh, wait, what? Naples showed up and there's... Oh, they lost their Sicily. Okay, sure. Will you give me anything if I offer support to you? Let's see. Trade. You will give me a trade agreement or an obligation. An obligation might not be a bad idea, actually. And they will like me a lot? A ton of people will support them anyways, I think. It's going to be very easy war, because the revolution barely has any troops. I think it's not a bad idea. I'm not sure if the obligation will really help me that much. But it's better to have one than not. I'm not exactly sure how the rules work. Oh, they do not support Italian unification. Do I just spur pre-unification settlement on them? Oh, I cannot do this on Austria because Austria. I like Austria too much. Which is probably a reason not to have a trade agreement and so on with them, but okay, sure, we will work with it as a bit later. Not everyone has nationalism still. Looks like 2 nations are missing it. Okay, and they will just do it on their own, to be honest. I don't even need to do anything. Oh, it's actually decaying. Too bad the bonuses are decaying and the balances are permanent, constant. Well, what can you do? Yeah, I think maybe just organized sports would be enough to get me enough prestige, but if not, then I can get additional 5%. I need more iron, but iron might be difficult to import. Oh, maybe not that bad. Seems to be a fair amount available. Could I lower prices? I think probably the prices on military goods are pretty high. Yeah. We need more guns. Let's get them from Prussia, of course. Man of Wars would also be nice. Or more guns. Let's look at Man of Wars first. Is that how you pronounce them? Man of Wars? Actually, now that I think about it, it sounds kind of weird. Maybe I shouldn't be saying that much. The military ships. It would be really nice to get more of them, though they're not that cheap all over the place. Yeah, guys, go on, get them. Oh, you have a pretty significant army, though. I assume it's with the conscripts as well. Yeah. They still have almost twice the size of my army. Industries are still struggling to be relevant. Request foreign investment rates. No. Yeah, this is going to be over very, very soon. Damn, man, Sicily probably is not worth that much when it comes to actual prestige, so shouldn't affect things. Wait, we do get more prestige from this as well. Can we just go like this? How much prestige will we have? Oh my god, so close. And yeah, becoming a major power would be giving us some good bonuses as well. I think it would lower our interest, for one. They're back to being 2 Sicilies, though their color is permanently changed. Though that's a little weird. And their prestige actually went down. Oh, that's because they have lower amount of troops without the conscripts. Though they gained a few battalions as well, so I'm not... Maybe they lowered their wages or something? Oh yeah, low government wages. We should be the first ones, and then we'll see who supports us in unification. Though, yeah, I don't think I have ever actually did a unification play in Italy or Germany, so Austria is way too powerful to even attempt doing anything against them. They are having a really good game. Who is investing in Austria? Russia is investing in Austria. They're actually investing in each other, which might be a very good deal for both of them. And Russia is... oh my god, Russia might be also having a really good game with their economy, those investment rights, actually. Oh my god, yes. Even after we actually become a major power, it would be... any bonus to prestige would be really nice, because it would allow us to spend more, less on wages and more on actually useful stuff. Though, let's see, how is the... yeah, now the investment fund is spending all of that money on construction, bumping our GDP by quite a bit. Yeah, 60 construction is what they can afford to manage. We will definitely not be needing more of those anytime soon. Especially since I'm going to be gaining construction just by switching to iron. Though that would probably have to wait. Like building glasswork in Algiers, I mean, kind of we would use some glassworks in Papal States, but fine. Yeah, I think it's almost all the iron we can get. And no, we actually could get quite a bit more. Yeah, we would have enough. And we could increase the production even more if we had any access to coal, but unfortunately that's going to be a while. We actually really need the universities. Let's see, I'm going to see how the unification works once we get there. Get enough prestige, and actually we still need more nations to get nationalism. So yeah, still way too early. We're losing money and we're not constructing anything. That's pretty terrible. Do I just assume I have enough prestige and just, for the time being, lower the wages as much as possible? Probably it's a good idea. Could even increase those taxes. How are we doing on maybe switching to homesteading? Oh, I think the movement, yeah, they lost a ton of support over the time. And unfortunately, landowners are still fairly powerful, so going against them is not the best idea. Yeah, if you could create a decent combination of the interest groups, we could have another good vote for the dedicated police force, but that's too tough. Especially with the Pope supporting the landowners. That's pretty rough, actually. Yeah, Austria loves us. But they will quickly start to hate us as soon as the Italian thing starts going. I'm not sure, can we just annex everything that's not part of the Great Power? I mean, like, including people who are in power blocks. Lucca is actually a protectorate, but everything else is free in theory. You guys want dissolve our trade agreement? Yeah, I could think about that. Sure, let's give them more support. Like, too bad it's actually the support is way too low for where I would want it to be. Why are guys so loving? There's just so many loyalists, I guess. Yeah, we're doing pretty well on loyalists, I suppose. Which is good because that's more money from the landowners. And yeah, manor houses are still the vast majority of the income, though logging camps as well. They're still not as privatized as they should be. You guys weren't selling in Lazio? What? Why not? Rabat has been selling. Yeah, there's plenty of foreign places in here. This is actually, yeah, probably a good idea. We could get some of those. Russia is offering a defensive pact. Russia has been trying to get us in their Bureau of Power, I think. And let's just make sure they don't have too much. Yeah. Yeah, sure, why not? Let's have a defensive pact with Russia. What's the worst that could happen? Return state in Pacific Coast. Yeah, I think United States finally realized that Texas belonging to Mexico, that cannot stand for long. Yep, and it's all return, which is pretty interesting ways to phrase something you have never controlled, but that's paradox history for you. Yeah, the Central American Union? United States of Central America completely collapsed. Peru, Bolivia actually annexed northern Peru, which is strengthening them a little bit. So they're definitely second behind Brazil, but that's still quite far behind Brazil. And not much interesting. This Indonesia is going to be very interesting. United States hate me. Natural subject, of course. That's the only possible way Papal and United States relations could go is... what's going on here? Conquer Ghana. So it's actually Ashanti. Which looks like it's going to be conquered, but I don't think the Brits are going to be landing. Yeah. Operation Torch is not going to be working out, I don't think. We got this, which is not bad. We could train... Actually, wow, our GDP went down a ton. That's because private construction ran out of money. Yeah, the investment fund is not really doing that much. Oh, it's... And are multiplied by 2 because of our gross domestic production. Oh, because we're a small economy, we actually get double the reinvestment. Which is free money, which is super great. Though that also means that's going to end at some point. I think... Are we producing some sugar ourselves, or is it just... Yeah, it's just Tunisia. I don't think we can produce any... We could. In Tunisia. Okay, never mind. So yeah, we would have to import sugar, and I don't think I want that. Tuscany supports unification. I think it's just one nation left. Oh, everyone actually has the thing. See, you guys are not a major... No. You guys are not a major power, no. And we 7 more months till we have organized ports. Wine is going to be working for 4 more years, which is excellent. What would happen if I switched to this? How much prestige would I gain? I would be just below what I need. So let's keep it low. I think I don't need any more training grade at this point. Yeah, everyone is recruited, I think. That's fine. Boom in plantation. That's excellent. Could actually really use more money. This is not really something important to consider. And we could remove... Yeah, we could give them a general. Which I wouldn't actually mind, and we would lose an obligation, so that's pretty good. Not seeing any negatives to this. Oh, this credit thing. Yeah, and if we didn't have interest, it'd be all fine. Russia is being the world's investor in this campaign for some reason. Yeah, we're spending a ton on military, a ton of wages of construction sector. I think we will just have to go down on construction sectors, actually. There might be just too many. Even just wages are keeping us too much down. And now that we use the private construction, that should just go down. So how many? It's still 50. Well, that helped a little bit, though not as much as I hoped. Definitely would be good to get more man-o-wars. But not even that expensive. That would be also nice, because that also means we could easily lower the price fairly significantly. Yeah, it's just the army is fairly, and navy especially, are fairly big for our size. When you look at yeah, number 7 navy in the world, almost as big as Russia's. What did Russia do with the navy? They started with a decent one. Philippines got a province somewhere, I think. Which I'm interested to know where. Too bad I haven't seen it. It would have been interesting what the AI decided to do, because sometimes it does pretty crazy things. Okay, 10 more weeks, and I think this prestige thing is going to be really good. Oh, that's nice. Though a bit late at this point. I mean, eventually we will definitely need skirmishers, but not anytime soon. They are subsidized or not? Yeah, they are. Okay, and they need to be subsidized, unfortunately. Parma? Wait, what? Are we subsidizing buildings in Parma? No, right? I don't think so, but I'm also not exactly sure. Okay, so I think now if we raise the wages like this, we're going to be off by... Oh, god damn it. Yeah, we missed the timing for prestige, because once you reach the major power, the floor becomes a bit lower than what you need to acquire. So we could definitely stay major power for a while once we became one. Do I just build more troops? Yeah, we just don't have the money for it though. Could remove even more construction sectors, to be honest. And maybe that's the way to go. There's no giant way to make more money from taxes, unless I just tax fish, for example. Which is not out of the question. Let's actually see. So wine is a obvious choice. Services is not a bad idea, and then yeah, the setup was okay-ish for keeping. Actually, our standard of living is pretty decent. It would increase the radicals by quite a bit, and we are afraid of Risorgimento being a problem. We can try doing it for a bit, just so I can reverse the interest problem. To start actually making money instead of losing it constantly. It's not great. Losing standard of living is definitely not ideal. Great Britain going for Indonesia. Surakar, yeah. Declined and instantly invaded. Do I raise taxes even more? No, I don't think so. You can see that the price of fish definitely has an effect. The numbers of radicals is definitely increasing. Oh, it's still not too bad. Krakatoa. It's not that much money. And I don't really care that much about Java. I have infamy. It is very Pope thing though to help. So that's what we're gonna do. And it's going to hit our standoff even more. Which actually, if those people were going to become radicals anyways, then maybe it's not as much of a problem. We got a new guy on landowners, and now we get the traditionalists, so it's not any change in any significant way. It'd be periodically changing if... Oh man, it's so close. If I could get any prestige. I think I have to support them. So where could I find a bit more prestige? I could become a leader, obviously, in some kind of production, but that's not really an option, I don't think. Mana Wars wouldn't be that difficult, but that's still only 5 prestige. No longer stealing competitor of wood, but of course that's all to be expected. Like, probably the thing we could go for is Mother Wars, or maybe Fine Art. But then fine art has a problem with that there's not much demand for it anywhere. You could create like a fake demand by just exporting it to random places. And despite not making any money from it. I think that might be the way to go. We have 2 of those. So in theory, if the demand was high enough, we'd be creating quite a few. How much is one producing? Why not? 4. Okay, 4 is not that much actually. I would need to have like 5 of those buildings to even have a chance. No, that's not really worth it. Not in the current situation. I can get this, and this, and this. Ah, that's because of my navy. I was wondering for a second, wait, why do I have so many? Let's prepare for Mare Nostrum. Can I import something useful? Maybe iron? Yeah, not really. Engines? Not really. I could actually use that fertilizer. I never got around to switching my grain production. Yeah, we could import a bit of iron, but that's not really meaningful. Even weapons have pretty low price compared to other places. Ships. Okay, this is for free, so let's do this. Yeah, it looks like everyone's economies are not doing that great, which is usually expected in AI games. That's for free, so let's do that. And let's look into producing a bit more wheat. The problem is there's no fertilizer. This should be effective still. And also lowering price. We have input shortage, but it should fix itself for the most part. I can also import more. And they disbanded. Oh, well, that sucks, but hasn't been really an opportunity to do anything about that. But there's some people who would really want to trade with us, so let's try it. The Prussians as well. Yeah, let's go. Definitely lower the wages. Still losing money, oh damn. Also, our GDP is stagnating because we're not constructing, and movement to start parliamentary republic. Okay. Wonderful. Yeah, we still have too much construction. I think I just have to continue removing them. I'm not using them anyways. That's not helping in any way. And what's this trade? Oh my god, it vanished. Smoke streams. Can I get more? I hoped I could get more prestige out of this, but not really. There was a trade of provinces between Netherlands and Great Britain, but doesn't seem like it was in Europe. I mean, that could have been anywhere. We are. I was hoping we would become a great power by now. No, great, a major power. But things are stalling a little bit more than I would hope for. Additional interest. Oh yeah, all those additional interests are hurting a little bit at this point. We're actually spending a ton on wood. 43 construction is still not bad. Yeah, the Great British AI is starting wars. Wait. Did they make Circassia a British dominion? Oh my god. Yeah, Britain just trolling Russia. But I think Russia has this in the bank. Simply because I don't think Great Britain is actually going to commit their forces there. Oh, this is interesting. Iron Islands own half of it. Ottomans are still a great power, but that's... We shall see if they manage to keep it. They're going for another war, so they actually might be able to. If they get good war goals, they might be able to do it. No, they're going for the good ones. If they win this war, the Ottoman Empire is going to stay a great power, which is actually bad for us. Again, looks like Belgium. Yeah, it's no one really joining other than the actual empires, and I think Russia should win this. Yeah, so strong Austro-Hungary and strong Ottoman Empire in this campaign. At least looking at the start, that's not great news. Especially since we are still struggling. Yeah, I mean, definitely Venetia is rightfully papal. No, I don't want... This is one thing I don't want. Adding them radicalism is pretty bad, but I definitely don't want a parliamentary republic. This is only for 5 years, though. So there's like a few more radicals, but even then. And I think radicalism is a actually bigger problem than support. So yeah, let's try this. We got a new guy on industrialist. Oh, industrialist! So I haven't been paying attention to it for a second. But the landowners are going down slowly. Industrialists are going up. Which is, industrialists are our only hope of actually getting a decent healthcare system at some point. To become around the same strength as church, maybe you can think about doing something there. And not much possible movement here. I think we will just have to wait and eventually switch to commercial as agriculture. We could go for free trade actually. If we can get them in the government, and we can fairly easily. So yeah, I think that would be a good way to use our time, our law creation time, and then maybe start thinking, yeah, actually, we'd have a ton of money. It's, I kind of end up, instead of thinking about the most basic things, I just sometimes kind of forget about the simplest ways to gain more money, which is changing the tax law. And the question, of course, is, can we go for proportional, or do we have to go for per capita? Already we have enough dividends, then it's actually worth it to take the proportional. Yeah, we have a fair amount of buildings in Mascara, and dividends is what's coming from those buildings, and that's what we would be taxing. We have this, yes, strengthening industrialists right now would be pretty nice. We're doing okay on radicals. Let's see, what tech again do we need for proportional egalitarianism? We could take it as the next one. Or do we push here a little bit and see? Yeah, actually it will probably be finished anyways, yeah. And then maybe going to egalitarianism. Okay, I think that's going to work. Quick check of those. Prestige, how much? Even with additional 5%, we're not going to have enough. That's not great. Oh! Well, that's unexpected. We got a mass migration. How many mass migrations are going currently? Some are going to Americas. Oh, actually, quite a few. Mostly Canada. And one in here. That's rather unexpected at this point of the game, but welcomed. Okay, that's sweet. Yes, yes, good. We have 0% stall because rural folk apparently are okay-ish chill. So that's nice. Umbria Political Union. And that's not a great movement, and more people are joining it, or just get more radicals. It's pretty rough. Krakatoa is going to end soon, which is going to free more money for me. Government dividends. Are those people buying those buildings or not. So I would really use that money. I think getting them into 40 support is making things a bit dangerous. No. I mean, in theory, we could switch into Parliamentary Republic and then just go back into Theocracy, which I don't think would be that difficult with all the other bonuses that Church has stacked. Oh, the Petit Bourgeoisie is supported as well. That's interesting. Yeah, currently the interest is kind of choking us. We haven't been building publicly anything. The GDP has been stuck in place for a long time. The rush to military, unfortunately, has been just below what we need when it comes to prestige. We could lower the landowners even more, and I kind of like that. Okay. Yeah, we're about to have this one. Yeah, they are building in Algiers and Oran, which is cool. But that means they're not building here, but yeah, there's no peasants left. And we cannot automate anything because we don't have any coal. Okay, well, I think we're gonna end this episode here, and we're gonna pick it up. We'll see where it goes. We'll see what this revolt is about. So yeah, GG, and see you guys on the next episode.